Hey, my name is Grant. I'm the co-living guy. I wanted to share with you what is co-living, right? How do you answer that question? What is co-living and how is it different from, say, short-term rental, long-term rental, or even this new term thrown around called mid-term rental? Well, let's dive into it. So, traditional long-term rental is when you take a single family house and there's one lease on that single family house. There could be one person on that lease, there could be multiple people on the lease, but there's one lease and it's for the entire house. Usually, this is something that's 12 months or longer, maybe 6 months, right? But this is traditional rental real estate. This is what we all know. A number of years ago, something made popular by Airbnb, before we even all knew that term, right, is vacation rental or short-term rental, right? So what this is when you take that same house and you take it and you put it under one lease, but it is short-term. It's for somebody on vacation. This is going to be less than 30 days. So this is one lease on one house that's less than 30 days long. That's called short-term rental, STR. So what have we learned so far? We've covered this. One is LTR, traditional long-term rental, is one house, one lease that is 6 months or longer. Short-term rental, STR, is one house, one lease for less than 30 days. Then this new term has come about recently in the last few years called midterm rental or MTR. That's when you take the same house, one lease, and it's between 30 days and 6 months. You know, usually 2, 3, 4 months. This is real popular with traveling nurses or other traveling professionals. This is midterm rental, MTR. One house, one lease, 30 days to 60 months long. So what co-living rental is different from all of these. Co-living rental is you take that same house and you look at the number of bedrooms. So if there's a 4-bedroom house, there is a lease on each bedroom. So one house that has 4 bedrooms has 4 leases on it. So the same house, 4 leases, and this is usually long-term rental. This is not short-term rental. This is not mid-term rental. Usually this is 6 months or longer. However, there is options. So say for instance, in my houses, we have a month-to-month lease, but somebody is going to pay a penalty if they move out earlier than 3 months, right? So this is made to be long-term rental, but some people that would usually use mid-term rental would go for a co-living situation because they get a much more big, beautiful house, but they're only paying for a room, right? So this is co-living rental, so CLR, and that is the difference. Same house, multiple leases, 6 months or longer. Now that you understand the difference, and this is really important, there's all kinds of really cool benefits that I've covered in other videos, or maybe are ding, ding, ding popping up in your head right now. So for instance, this house, if a person moves out in this 4-bedroom house, guess what? There's still 3 leases that are being paid on. So it's much better in regard to occupancy. Also, a little cool thing is that it's currently the #1 in demand for rental real estate. The #1 out of long-term, short-term, and midterm. It's the #1 in demand for residential real estate. So those are cool things. There's a number of other things to leave you with a single bonus, right? So far, we've only talked about the property management or rental strategy. How do you take this one house and rent it out, right? You could do long-term, midterm, short-term, and now you know specifically what CLR or co-living rental is. So you have all those options. Here's a little bonus on acquisition. That co-living rental has that none of the other rental strategies have. In regard to buying that same house, you can use owner-occupant financing. So what that means is for any of the other houses in loans, you have to put down 20 or 25%. So that means if you're buying one house for long-term, short-term, or mid-term rental, if you're renting it any other way, you would need the amount of cash that you could buy 4 to 5 co-living rentals of the same type and beauty of house, right? Because you only need 5% or lower down payment. Very, very, very cool, right? That means, this is what I found out, instead of me reaching financial freedom in 10 years, I could divide that by 5 and I reached it in 2 years, right? That means that me and my family bills are completely covered in 2 years of co-living rental. Same house, different rental strategy, and it opens up a new acquisition strategy that can superpower your timeline to financial freedom. I really hope this helped you guys. Co-living, we're learning a whole bunch back and forth from each other. I would like your help in developing the gold standard when it comes to CLR, co-living rentals. Anyway, co-living for the win. We'll talk to y'all later.